Good evening, everybody. Simon here, Explosive Action, with a September update. It's been a busy month, and picked up a few things, as you can see, and we'll just get straight into it. Actually picked up a few TV things. I picked up Rowan Atkinson Live. Now, Rowan Atkinson is one of my favourite British comedians. The very first VHS tape I ever bought was this, and I dubbed that onto DVD-R back in 2000, which cost me a bit of money, like $10 for a blank DVD-R back then to do that. And this was released, and I never picked it up, and it was reissued, and I still never picked it up because I had my copy. And then now I found it at a garage sale for $1. So hooray! I have Rowan Atkinson Live. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Do check it out if you've never seen it before. Picked up from the pawnbrokers. Big Girl's Blouse. This only applies to the Australians watching this. Anybody else, don't bother. This was a spin-off from Fast Forward with the ladies from the series, who then went on to do Kath and Kim. It is still quite funny, actually, surprisingly. IT Crowd, complete overclocked series. So this is seasons 1 to 4 and the finale special. One of my favourite comedy series ever. The reason I'm getting all this stuff here is a lot of my TV shows were just downloads, but I decided to get box sets for things that were completed, so happy to do that. This shouldn't actually be in there. This is just a cheapy box set I picked up of Ironclad 1 and 2. Blu-ray set. This was in JB Hi-Fi's buy two get one free, and it was marked down so much it cost me $8 to get these two Blu-rays. If that says something about the quality of the films, I don't know, but there you go. Ironclad 2. Fresh Fields, French Fields. Yes, oh look, this is, you wouldn't expect me to like this kind of thing, but it's one of my favourite British comedy series. Very light humour, good fun, good to just chuck on because I've seen it like a million times. Hyperdrive, unfairly cancelled series, really funny stuff. Yeah, as it says, Nick Frost. It is not like Red Dwarf. It is, as it says here, like The Office set in space. Really funny stuff that is not often talked about. I had season 1 on Australian DVD, and we never got season 2, but I picked up this UK set on eBay for $8, and for a whole $2 I picked up Robot Chicken season 2. So I've got the first 3 seasons of Robot Chicken now, as well as the Star Wars special, and we have a visitor. Hello, cat. Meow. And the last in the series, Spaced. Quite possibly my favourite British comedy series ever, and I just love this Star Wars style artwork. Again, Nick Frost, but this is Simon Pegg's series. This is what they did before Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and all of that. Spaced. I can't even explain. It's about a bunch of 20-somethings that share a flat, and that's all you need to know. It is incredibly funny, and it's very British, and it is just riddled with references to the nerdiest stuff you can think of. Massive homage to all science fiction. Spaced. There would not be a lot of films and a lot of TV now without this series. We've got a Tarantino quote down the bottom. Okay, one of the stuff that we're really here for, the action and the horror. Picked up the new releases from '88. I have a feeling I might have even shown this one already. Can't remember. Anyway, this is Blade in the Dark. Very nice. I like they have the reversible covers. I do, but I kind of wish that the spines kept the English title. They didn't really need to change the spines, but anyway, doesn't matter with these next two ones. We've got Spasmo. Really dig that reverse cover. reverse cover, sorry. Very neat. And fantastic film, Blast Fighter. Again, the reverse cover is even better than the normal cover. Lamberto Bava, fantastic action film. Trances 2, or out here in Australia, Future Cop 2. Very bland, boring art on that, but that is the art. That's what the old full moon VHSs used to look like, so there you go. Haven't watched the sequel yet, but I put on part 1, check out the transfer, and it's a revelation. We've all had the horrible DVDs transferred from a Laserdisc for the last decade or so, so it's fantastic to be able to actually see what's going on in these films. Double of Metamorphosis and Beyond Darkness from Scream Factory. I've watched both of these. The general consensus is that Metamorphosis is the better film, but I prefer Beyond Darkness. Just a crappy sort of Omen crossed with Exorcist rip-off thing. Both enjoyable films, both utterly trashy. Utterly trashy. Oh, the ending of Metamorphosis, though. That's the winner. The ending. Oh, brilliant. Upgrade, Bad Dreams and Visiting Hours. I had the DVD, also put out by Scream. And now I have the Blu. It's nice and cheap. Nailgun Massacre, the 88 Films release. Number 7 in their slasher series. This is the reverse cover, which is really good. I cannot believe we are in that position where I will own 2 copies of Nailgun Massacre in HD, one on Code Red, one on 88. How did we as a society get to this position? DVD, finally picked this up. The Carrier, one of the rarest Code Reds. Took me a while to find. It's not rare if you have access to Bill's online store. It does show up every now and then. But anyone internationally, good luck. The only real title of Code Red that I'm looking for still these days is The Dead Are Alive. The chance of me finding that are going to be quite slim. If anybody out there has The Dead Are Alive and wants to trade or sell, do let me know. Roger Corman, Women in Cages collection. Big Bird Cage, Big Dollhouse, Women in Cages. I lucked upon this in a weird store in the city called Lawson's that I go to every now and then. They get random stuff in, and this was $15, which is a good price for 2 discs. And they also had Lethal Ladies 2. The Arena, Fly Me, and CoverGirl models already had Lethal Ladies 1, so it was nice to pick this up also for 15. Very good price. And we had the Arena out here already. Umbrella put it out years ago. It's out of print. I do have it, but it's non-anamorphic. This, of course, is. Now, this I didn't really need, but I found this in a store that I had never been to before. I've got the improved release put out by... who is it that put that out? It's actually right here somewhere. Where are we? L Lizard. Yeah, so I got this guy, which is Studio Canal. So I think the print on this one is the better of these, but this one has got this really nifty slipcase, as the old Shriek show, and it's actually got 2 discs. I've not checked to see what is on the special features, but that was a tenner I found in the store, so I was very happy with that. For $10. Dogs. Look at that cover. A friend of mine's got that on a Japanese t-shirt. Same thing, but the writing is in Japanese. It's fantastic. Yes, some craptacular 70s Scorpion releasing title here. Nice. Monster Pictures local release of Eat. That cover really intrigued me when I started to see it, and the byline here, the story of a girl who finds herself and then eats herself. And there's some money shots here on the back. The gore is really gross, like. We'll see what Eat is like. Speaking of over the top, Island of Death on Blu-ray. Again, what world are we in? Island of Death is on Blu-ray. Just an upgrade for me here. Picked it up in the Arrow sale, and it was quite cheap. 3 new Cinema Cults, House on Sorority Row, just out. Was delayed for a bit. Now this is basically a port of the out-of-print Scorpion Blu-ray, so very cool to have this. It says Region B. I don't know if it actually is. if anybody out there in America needs a copy. I'm not sure if it's fully region free or not. Sometimes these labels just lie to you on the back. But I'm very happy to have it. No idea about special features, could care less. Last Man on Earth, a Vincent Price that I did not have. Very cool. I know the story well, but I've never seen this version of it. I'm more familiar with the Mega Man. Mask of Red Death I've never seen, but I have it on good authority that it is one of Price's best. So looking forward to checking that one out. Two brand new on the Macabros. Oh look, the other cat's turned up. Cats everywhere. Tango Perversion, picked up from a local import store. Utopia Records in the city. When I took off the stupid, awful stickers that the American discs have on the top, peeled away at the cover, and that really pissed me off. I emailed Mondo and asked, look, is there any way I could buy a replacement slick? They said, look, don't worry, sorry about that, we'll post one out to you, which I thought was very nice customer service, so that's winging its way to me now. I normally wouldn't bother, but, you know, the price of a Facebook message, I have the problem sorted. So there you go, Tango Perversion, and the other one is Wife Killer, Part 1 and Part 2 of their new Greek collection. Don't know how far they're going to take this, but very intriguing. I know nothing about either film, so that'll be interesting. And yeah, don't know why I didn't pick this up on release. It's about a year old, I think it's been out now. Night of the Cobra Woman, again, another Scorpion. Not even sure if it's in print anymore. A lot of the Scorpion stuff just went out of print. And I don't think it was partnered with Kino, so it could very well be out of print now, not sure. Night of the Cobra Woman. Next pile. Yes, about time. We have a local release of Gremlins 2 on Blu-ray. And I didn't have the first one on Blu, so a very cheap upgrade. It was $20. It was actually 16 in the sale, so I was happy with that price. Classic films. I do enjoy number 2. A lot of people don't, but I do. Dark House with Tobin Bell, from the director of Jeepers Creepers. Wasn't bad. Some good ideas. Some silly ideas, but some good gore. I'll give it that. I probably need to watch it again. But it wasn't bad. To the Devil a Daughter. This just got a reissue out here with a very gaudy cover art, thanks to Umbrella. But I happened to just coincidentally run across the old release on Studio Canal. I'm sure the print's exactly the same, but I actually prefer this more classic cover art, and it'll fit in with all the other Hammer Studio Canal discs I've got. A few of those. Body Beneath, something weird video. This was like $2. Always needs some more Milligan now. Everyone needs more Milligan in their life. Got these in a trade. These are quite rare now. Night of the Werewolf, Paul Naschy slipcase edition. Haven't seen this film. Fantastic art. And nor have I seen, but I've been after this for ages, Blue Eyes of the Broken Doll. Often thought of as a Giallo. Paul Naschy again. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy both of these. It cost me a little bit, but well worth it. Driller Killer. I realised I didn't actually have this anymore. I had the Umbrella one, which had that sticker on the front that said fully uncut, which was actually a complete lie. So I got rid of it. This is uncut. The film is not the best, but hey, got that scene from that cover. Countess Dracula, pretty cool. Picked it up for a $5. It's always cool to get old Magna Pacific titles as well. One of my friends who is into a lot of these style of films told me it was pretty good. So for a $5, thanks very much. And it's anamorphic according to the back. Teenage Caveman. Hard to find this now. I found this in a weird little Asian store that I tripped over. One of those ones in the back alley. Just backed off from Chinatown. And I found this weird store that had laser discs and nothing I particularly needed. DVDs, Blu-rays, machines, everything. I've had Teenage Caveman in there, which looks craptacular. It's from the director of Kids. It's rated R. Has like a looks like a Class of Newcomb High thing going on here. I don't know. Teenage Caveman. I'm sure it's awful. Celia. Don't really need this. I've got the Scorpion DVD, but I had never even seen an Australian DVD for this. Celia, Australian film. Quite happy to have the umbrella. Cost me $7 or something. Good to find. Stay Alive cost me $2.50. Found it in one of those bargain basement stores. I think it's actually called Bargain Basement. Somewhere in the city. Looks like crappy slasher. As says this, Savage Island. Looks like a very crappy slasher. Anybody seen that? Probably not. And on to the last pile. I picked up Logan's Run, Omega Man, and Soylent Green in a Blu-ray triple pack. It's been out a while. Region A, probably locked. Not sure if that affects anybody. Very nice because it's the 3 separate discs. They're not one disc, so very cool. 3 great films that needed upgrading in my collection. When Animals Dream. Not sure if I actually showed this in my last pickup video. There's a chance I did, but I haven't got around to shelving it yet. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. When Animals Dream. It's been compared to as Let the Right One In, but yeah, like the Denmark version of said film. So we'll check that out, see what it's like. I'm sure I must have shown this last time. Again, hasn't been shelved. Why Don't You Play in Hell? Has had rave reviews, left, right, and centre. Dig that pink case. 009.1. Random thing I found. More crazy Japanese stuff. I'm sure it's going to be fun. About as fun as Spiders 2. Now, why did I pick up this edition? Because I'm that guy that needs the 16:9 enhanced version of a film called Spiders 2. Those UK cheapies are not their full screen. So I stretched the wallet and I paid $11 to get this. Why? Awesome film. Elevator, The Bottled Fools. I watched this about 10 years ago. Never got around to picking it up. Quite manic little Japanese film. Predominantly set in an elevator. This bloke here on the left, he's psycho. So it's like a futuristic dystopia. This elevator that goes through hundreds of floors, taking people to work, taking prisoners to the top floor, all this kind of stuff. But it was very cool. Elevator. Very much recommend. Ender's Game. I never thought I'd be picking this up after the pretty bad reviews, but a friend of mine who's into hard sci-fi actually recommended that this was a good little film. It didn't stay true to a book, but having not read the book and not likely to, not fussed as long as it's entertaining, and he says it definitely is. So happy to see Harrison Ford, even if he is slumming it a bit in Ender's Game. This will be excellent, I know. Ex Machina, everyone's talked about this. Shit cover. Look at these guys. What deers in headlights. Anywho, from the director of 28 Days Later, and more importantly, Sunshine, one of my favourite science fiction films ever. I'm expecting this to be fantastic. Picked up Amazon sale. They had the Kino Lorber range, cheap Zone Troopers. Again, one of those, I can't believe it's on Blu-ray type movies. Yeah, just World War II combined with aliens, you get Zone Troopers. River of Death. Fantastic. Got some Michael Dudikoff action here. Fantastic cover. Good 80s stuff there. The Evil That Men Do. Charles Bronson. Haven't seen this one. Get to the end of the pile here. Picked up cheapie. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, the sequel. Don't care much for the 3Ds, but it's got normal Blu-ray as well, so that's fine. Red Case. I have seen this. We rented it. Enjoyed very much. Almost there. Vanish. I know nothing about Vanish, except for it's got Tony Todd, Danny Trio, and it's rated R for high impact bloody violence. That's got to be a good time. Has anybody seen Vanish? 3 to go. Ugh, my foot's falling asleep. Stay Hungry. I picked it up just for my Schwarzenegger collection. I think it's some romantic thing, I don't know, but whatever. Schwarzenegger, early Schwarzenegger. This crappy looking thing, the Mega Action Pack 10 movie set. If you take a look here, we can get a good zoom in on it. We get The Elevator, Burn, what? Danny Travis, Running Home, Agent on Ice, looks pretty cool. Holly, Night Angels looks cool. Surfacing, Choices, and Unbelievably Furious. I just picked up Furious in a, the new legit American DVD. I'm sure this looks about as good, because that DVD looked about as average as you expect. And Cover Up, a local bootleg. We don't have a legit DVD of this. Dolph Lundgren Cover Up. I kept putting off buying it because they're all cut, except for one specific German DVD release. That film is cut everywhere. And I don't know, never got around to it. But anywho, that is this update. My foot has completely fallen asleep and I'm being surrounded by cats, so see you next time.